What's up, guys? This is Hasib, and you are watching Factime Tech. As you know, Huawei is making some of the biggest waves in the wireless industry right now. It's the world's #1 telecom supplier and #2 phone manufacturer. Yes, it's up period in several countries, including the US, to the point that the FBI reportedly set up a sting at CES 2019. The Chinese telecom giant may have run into its biggest trouble yet in 2019. Late January saw the US Justice Department unseal indictments that included 23 counts pertaining to the alleged theft of intellectual property, obstruction of justice, and fraud related to its alleged evasion of US sanctions against Iran. Huawei was blacklisted by the US government. President Donald Trump had what the Chinese telecom firm described as a U-turn. Trump said Saturday that US companies can sell their equipment to Huawei as long as the transaction wouldn't present a great national emergency problem. Trump's comments at the G20 in Japan came after a widely anticipated meeting with Chinese President Ren Zhengfei. The two sides met to discuss the impasse in the trade dispute, and Huawei, one of the largest smartphone manufacturers in the world, has become a flashpoint in the battle. In May, the US Commerce Department banned sales of American-made goods to Huawei without first obtaining a license. US officials have accused the company of working to undermine US national security and foreign policy interests. Trump said Huawei was still part of the ongoing trade discussions between Washington and Beijing, but for now, he would move to resume allowing US companies to sell parts to the Chinese firm. Huawei responded on one of the company's official Twitter accounts U-turn. Donald Trump suggests he would allow Huawei to once again purchase US technology. The Commerce Department, which issued the ban against Huawei in May, didn't respond to requests for comment on how it will modify the company's status. The White House didn't immediately respond to questions about whether it had already asked Commerce to review the issue. White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow said on Fox News on Sunday that Trump's move was not amnesty. He repeated that Huawei can resume buying from US businesses so long as it does not present a national security concern. The Commerce Department would probably be looking at how to grant some temporary license for US firms to resume business with Huawei. Huawei was denied accusations of wrongdoing, and it's lobbied over the past few weeks to regain access to US products which are key to its supply chain. We acknowledge the US President's comments relating to Huawei yesterday and have no further comments at this time, the company said Sunday. Huawei's place in the global tech ecosystem may make it too big to fail. Huawei relies heavily on computer chips important from companies like Intel and Micron. Google also supplied the company with its Android operating system. Google said in May that it would comply with the Trump administration's new policy and restrict Huawei's access to the Android platform, which was seen as a devastating blow to Huawei's smartphone business. Micron, however, counts Huawei as one of its biggest customers and faced a steep revenue decline. Its overseas smartphone unit sales dropped 40% in the weeks immediately after Huawei was blacklisted. Micron announced earlier this week that it would found a workaround to the ban and was able to resume at least some shipments to Huawei. Intel reportedly made a similar move. Those companies didn't immediately respond to requests for comment yesterday. Trump appeared to acknowledge that US suppliers are not happy with the current policy. The US companies were not exactly happy that they couldn't sell. He said the United States sells a tremendous amount of product to Huawei, he added. Micron has found a way around the US ban on Huawei. The ban on purchasing goods from American companies is not, however, the only policy hurdle Huawei faces in the United States. An executive order Trump signed in May bars US firms from purchasing or using Huawei telecom gear. Officials said it could pose a spine risk to Western infrastructure networks. Huawei, which is considered a world leader in developing technology to support 5G networks, has said banning the company from the United States would ultimately hurt American businesses and consumers. Restricting Huawei from doing businesses in the US will not make the US more secure or stronger. Instead, this will only serve to limit the US to inferior yet more expensive alternatives, leaving the US lagging behind in 5G development, the company said in a statement responding to executive order. So guys, this is the video. I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe my channel.